So hey guys, so I'm gonna do a little video explaining how the New York City area, Lower New York, which gets all the headlines these days, how it's really difficult to sell stuff on Facebook and do simple things because it's so expensive. It just costs so much money. Give you an example. I listed a couple of things on sale on Facebook Marketplace. I'm really good on the price because as an influencer, this channel, I get products and then I sell them if I don't need them. Deep discount. I like to move it quick, easy cash. But since I live in the lower New York City area, there's actually boundaries to what I could do. So yes, I am got a great market area flooded with potential customers, and I get a lot of messages as soon as I post something interesting and useful. But then I get a lot of problems where logistics and the burden of living in this heavily taxed, heavily tolled cost of living around here just stifles uh, simple economics. So you really have to think before because before you do anything, because you'll get nickeled and dimed to death, and sometimes you don't even realize because they sneak it in. Okay, so let's go to a map here. So let's get our bearings. So this is New York City. This is Manhattan, Central Park. Then you got the five boroughs. You got Staten Island over here, Brooklyn, Queens, Long Island, and then you have where I am. You have the Bronx over here, and then you have Westchester County, which is up here. Over here on the other side of the Hudson River, you have New Jersey. So it's a lot of things going on. Great area to sell things, but in this scenario, I'm selling a $35 light bar, emergency light bar to put in your car. I'm getting a lot of hits for it. Unfortunately, people in New Jersey have been hitting me up. Oh, I need that. I want it. But then when they see where I'm located and they have to come over a bridge, either the George Washington Bridge or Tappan Zee Bridge, which is more up north, the deal falls through because of the tolls. So this is what the tolls are for everybody else in the country. This is what we have to deal with here. And they try to sneak it in by giving you what they call an easy pass. It's it's just a little bit more lube with the easy pass, but it's not much. But with the easy pass, you just get scanned with these electronic scanners on the bridges, and it gives you a slight discount, and you think you're doing good when you're not. You're still getting it either way, just with a little bit more lube. So somebody from middle New Jersey, if they're willing to make the trip, because gas prices here are still, some gas stations still $3.30, $3.50 a gallon. You could find some for $3.15, $3.10, but it's real money, and especially in the traffic and the joyous commuters that you have around you in New York City area. So let's say you got to come from New Jersey to New York, take the George Washington Bridge. Let's look at these tolls. So George Washington Bridge, the peak with the Easy Pass discount is $15. If you do not have your Easy Pass, the peak will be $17. Now, luckily, it's only charged one way, but they get you one way, either way. That's how the pricing works. Some bridges like if you want to go to Queens, you got to take the Whitestone or the Throgs Neck Bridge if you're going to go to Queens, heading towards the Lion. If you want to go to Brooklyn, if you want to go That way, easy pass rate 836, but that's going and returning. So that's 836 times 2. You do the math. That's the same price. you know, and the toll by mail rate, 9 9 11, is that a joke? I just realized that. 911 for New York toll rate. You know, I I don't get it. How could that be an accident? That's that's no memorial. That's a freaking joke. So anyway, and then you had the Lincoln Tunnel, which you wouldn't want to go through unless you're specifically going into Manhattan, because you want to avoid Manhattan at all costs. Now they have that congestion pricing in Manhattan where you go below, I don't know what it is, 60th Street. They charge you another rate. It's a joke. Actually, it's not a joke. It's very serious. So you have this little easy pass where it just goes on your account and it debit it from your credit card that you put on there, or you pay a bill every month and you have money there up front, so it deducts from your money and you replenish. But basically, you kind of pay and forget, and you don't feel the real hit. This way, you can't make these conscious decisions. So before you know it, you could be spending, if you just think, oh, I'm going to go 16 miles to go see my friend and come back, and that'll be that. No, if you cross the bridge, it's causing you, $17 to go see your friends just in toll, and then that gets deducted from your account. So you really got to think about visiting your friend. Oh, are we just gonna have lunch? Is it worth it? Is it only an hour? Is he wants me to drop, or she wants me to drop something off quick? Oh, maybe I'll go next time when we're gonna spend more time. You got to think about these things. So if you're selling anything or trying to purchase anything, you better think about, you know, the economics of running around this area. I mean, I've got potential sellers and buyers in Queens, and if the money isn't right, then it's not worth it. It's more than the product. So a $35 product, you're gonna spend 16, $17 plus gas plus effort to buy. I'm losing deals like crazy, and it's a shame. It's stifling economics. Or if you're not paying attention like they want you to, uh, you're actually probably losing money trying to buy something cheap. So if he orders the same thing, pays a little bit more online, he get it delivered to his doorstep, gets it brand new, and that's probably a better deal for them. Unless I'm practically got to give the thing away for like $20, then maybe it's worth it for him. But how much is it worth it for me? So you got to deal with that selling in this area. It's a unique thing. It's like when I landed in LaGuardia Airport coming back from a vacation. We took a taxi from LaGuardia. It's only like 16, 17, 18 miles to where I live in Westchester. Highway ride, but there's the toll. The cab's got to pay the toll coming back. So it was like $110 for just a regular yellow taxi ride to take you from the airport, you know? So that's $200 on top of your trip just to get to the airport, to and from the airport. So if you find a cheap ticket, you got to factor in your trip to the airport, getting dropped off and brought home from the airport. If you're not in Queens, if I lived in Jackson Heights, I could probably walk to the airport or take a bus, and that'll cost a couple bucks. But if you got to cross any of these bridges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Hudson side, right? Lincoln Tunnel, Holland, uh, George Washington, and up north, Tappan Zee. They call it the Mario Cuomo Bridge, but I still call it the Tappan Zee. You know, $1 billion bridge. I mean, how many years are we gonna pay for these things? You know, the money is ridiculous. There's no value. That's why New York is expensive to live in, no matter what you do. You know, it's there's got to be a point where it's just too much. Something big's got to change. You know, taxing the rich ain't gonna happen. Uh, Prices got to be lowered somehow. Maybe it needs a real bad crash. You know, maybe enough people move that they have to draw people back and lower the rents, lower the tolls, you know, shrink the government, make it run efficiently, because I'm sure there's plenty of waste going on. But that's probably not going to happen. So that's one of the challenges, at least you're trying to sell something on Facebook Marketplace. It costs money in New York. Everything costs money. If you're planning on coming here, don't. That's my advice. So thanks for watching. These are the struggles. So talk to you later.